you mentioned that, at 13 you started carrying a gun. And I remember at one of your interviews you said that you actually were in a juvenile detention center at some point. How old were you?
I was 15, 16 when
Okay. Well, what did you get busted for?
it was like a gun possession on school campus. I used to be young and dumb, man. Used to take like threats. I wasn't even going to the school. It wasn't the school I was going to, but I used to take threats. I didn't used to take them lightly. So I used to always feel like I always felt like I had a point to prove always, because I've been light-skinned my whole life. So like, I always wanted the motherfucker to feel me, like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to hold about me. I might laugh, I might joke, play a smile here and there, but I can get serious on timing. And ended up pulling up at the school, and the police seen me hop out the car with my gun, and right there he flapped me off rip. I'm kind of glad he did, because, you know what I'm saying, you never know what could have happened, what could have played, what could have went down.
Oh, yeah.
He caught me. He saw me. I tossed that bitch right back in the car, and I act like, hey, I'm like, what you talking about? He like, I just seen you. And I remember I had some fresh new Air Force Ones, and the only reason why I ain't run from them because I had some Air Force Ones, and I didn't want to crease my shoes. It was the dumbest shit I've ever done, because I could have ran, I could have got away. But I said, man, I ain't want to crease my forces. I'm going to try to talk my way out of it.
That's crazy.
My ass went to jail. I'm like, I don't know why I did. And I'm thinking like, I'm a bun out, but juveniles don't get bun. It was my first charge, so I ain't know.
Okay. How much time did you get?
I was in there for about a few weeks, and then I made a call to Arthur Horn. He was like one of the best lawyers in Memphis. And they kept pushing, they kept setting me off. They was trying to make like an example out of me. Cause when you in Memphis, you gotta, in juvenile, when you get processed in, you got like a DAT score. They call it the DAT score. So if it goes over a 21, you gotta stay and you can't go home. So you don't get a bond, you get like a level of what your charge is. And it was my first charge, and I only had one of them, and it was just a gun charge on school campus. It was a felony charge, but I supposed to went home, but they was making an example out of me. They kept me in there, got in front of the judge. He said, you a rapper, you rap about this, you rap about these guns and all this, you a threat to the community. Threw the gavel down and told me detain. I'm like, what the fuck? Huh. And so I had to go back. And I was thinking I was going home that day, because when you go to jail on a Friday, you can't see the judge till a Monday. And that Monday, I'm like, oh, I'm going home because this ain't nothing. I had to stay some longer.
Okay. So you're already rapping by that point?
I was rapping.
Okay, you're already putting out material?
I had songs like No Chorus Part, was it 3, which shot a fam out.
Okay, so you're already kind of bubbling at that point.
Had a little pop, little buzz for sure.
Okay, and your first name wasn't NLE Choppa.
YNR Choppa.
YNR Choppa, exactly. So first of all, before we get into the other part, the Choppa part, something to do with the whole Jamaican?
No, it was just a nickname like my friends gave me, for sure. Around like the hood where I was from.
Is the Top Shotta part, is that from the Jamaican?
Top Shotta for sure from Jamaica. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually interviewed Kamani Marley.
Oh, for real?
Who starred in Shottas.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Great movie, by the way. Whoever hasn't seen it, you need to go watch that. Okay, so the YNR, what does that mean?
It meant Young and Ruthless. I was a part of a rap group at first, and I just always felt like it was within it wasn't like a rap group to where like we was signed to anything. It was just a clique, and we was clicked up, and we used to hit the studio, put all our money together, and record music. And I just felt I was just always different. So like, I was always misunderstood within, like, you know what I'm saying, just being in a group. Like, wasn't on no bullshit, but it was just like, motherfuckers knew my potential. They knew I was a star. They knew they could see it in me. And I just felt like it was a certain time period where I had to just be my own man and do my own things by myself. It wasn't nothing that sparked it or triggered it, but it was just out the simple fact of, I just felt as if like I'd just be better on my own. And I always felt like a lot of jealousy between certain things. So like I just took that route on my own, and I made my own brand, my own label at like 15. Got the LLC for it, No Love NT, NLE. And I did it after that because I had a little heartbreak. And I was going through I used to go through heartbreaks with females and my niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? They used to, niggas are cross, niggas are change up, regular stuff like that of that nature. And I said, you know what, from now on, I'm gonna call myself No Love. And made No Love Entertainment.